Coming up on today's show, we will look ahead to the 2024 NFL Draft as Mel Kiper has his first Ravens mock draft out. We will reveal and react to that coming up in just a few moments. Also, got an injury update on Mark Andrews ahead of Sunday's AFC Championship game. We'll give you the latest on Andrews and the prospects of him playing this weekend against Kansas City in a matter of moments. Before we do, speaking of the AFC Championship game, I want to know, what is your game plan? Where are you watching the AFC title game this weekend? Are you going to the bank? Are you watching it from your couch with some friends at the bar? Let me know in the comment section. S for stadium, B for bar, C for couch, F for a friend's house. Chime in, let me know where you plan to watch the AFC title game from. And remember, we're going to be live for the AFC Championship right here on Ravens Rundown. Subscribe now. We'll see you then. Mel Kiper Jr., a Maryland native, by the way, has his latest mock draft out, his first mock draft of the 2024 year. And I got to tell you, I do have a bone to pick with Mel. He's projecting Baltimore at 31. That would mean they lose in the Super Bowl. So Mel's already wrong to begin things. But nonetheless, we'll show you who he has the Ravens selecting here in just a second. Before we do, let's run through the Ravens draft picks. They have a first-round pick, second, third, and fourth, a fifth-round pick, no sixth-round pick, but they do have two seventh-round picks. One of those courtesy of the New York Jets, and then their own pick in the seventh round. Before the Ravens pick at 31, here are the 5 picks leading up to Mel's selection for Baltimore. Chop Robinson, the best name in the draft, defensive end from Penn State, going to the Bucs. Tyler Guyton, the 6'7" offensive tackle from the University of Oklahoma, going to the Arizona Cardinals. Adonai Mitchell, the wide receiver from Texas, a touchdown machine. They call him a ATM, automatic touchdown machine, going to the Bills at 28. Troy Franklin, wide receiver from Oregon, going to the Chiefs at 29. And then Mitchell, the corner from Toledo, going to the Lions at 30. So, the pick is in with the 31st pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Baltimore Ravens select cornerback Ennis Rakestraw Jr. from Missouri with the selection, according to Mel Kiper Jr. Now, you may be saying, oh, is this guy? That's where Mel comes in. Here's the update from Mel on the selection. While they're likely to bring back a couple of these players and might have young replacements on their roster for others, I see a banged-up cornerback group that could use more depth. Rakestraw would make 6 cornerbacks off the board in round 1, which would be the most since the 2020 draft. He has the versatility to play out wide or in the slot. He had just 1 interception in 4 college seasons, but he did have 24 career pass breakups, so he knows how to get his hands on throws. I like Rakestraw's fit in Baltimore. Now, we know that the Baltimore Ravens are going to need some corner help next year. Nobody's arguing that. That's very clear. I like the idea of taking a corner with that first-round pick. But I'm skeptical that Rakestraw is the right guy for that. This one doesn't add up for me of taking him at the end of the first round here. And I'll explain more. We'll get into the scouting report more in depth on Rakestraw in just a moment. But first, what do you think of Mel's selection? Is that who you would take with the Ravens' first-round pick? It's our pinned comment today. Y for yes, in for no. Let me know what you think, if you would make that pick or not. Today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Game Time, the best place to go for last-minute tickets. The best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. And I know we've talked a lot about getting tickets to Ravens games and sporting events in the Baltimore area, but I got good news for you, folks. We're expecting the Ravens to be in the big game, and we want you to be able to go to the big game as well. Not only can you save $20 off your first purchase when you use the code RavensChat, but anybody, not just new users, can save $100 off their tickets to the big game when they use the promo code Vegas100. So when you make the trip out to Vegas for the big game, now you got $100 extra to spend because you're not having to use it on tickets. Promo code Vegas100. Download Game Time today. Terms and conditions do apply. Pick the event you want to go to. Check out the seat if you like it or not. And then within a matter of moments, you're checking out on Game Time. And you can do so with Apple Pay or Google Pay. Very simple and easy to use. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. $20 off for first-time users with promo code RavensChat. And then you can save $100 if you're going to the big game when you use that promo code Vegas100 for $100 off for the big game. Download Game Time today. You'll be glad you did. All right, let's tell you more about Rakestraw Jr. from Missouri. Mel has him as the number 7 corner on his big board. That's not very good. 32 career starts with the Mizzou Tigers, a very young defensive back. He still has 2 more years of eligibility at the college level, and the comparison that he draws is Marco Wilson, the corner from the New England Patriots. In his scouting report, here's 5 things in particular that stands out to me about Rakestraw Jr. Fluid athlete with quick feet. Scheme flexibility. We can see him play man and zone, which is always a good thing to be able to do multiple things. And we don't know if Mike McDonald's going to be back, if he's going to take a head coaching job or not. But that sounds like a guy that fits what Mike McDonald is looking for defensively. He's a willing tackler, which you don't say often when it comes to some of these corners around the NFL, guys that are actually willing to tackle. He is thin-framed, though. Comes in about 6 foot, 188 pounds. And there are times that he gets a little too handy when working downfield. So that's not great. We mentioned that he only has 1 career interception, which is kind of a red flag for me when you're talking about anybody that plays the corner position. His career, or his stats rather, this past season, in 9 games played, had 35 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 4 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble. You saw Mel say that he had him as his number 7 corner in the draft. I think this would be a big reach. I got him as about a 4th-round grade as of right now. We'll see what he measures out when it comes to the combine and his pro day and all that. But to me, that's not one I'm too keen on. I'm not excited about that pick. Like the idea of corner. This one, I don't know, Jim. Who should the Ravens select in the 2024 NFL Draft? Who comes to mind that you'd like to see in a Baltimore Ravens uniform next year, whether it's in the first round or any of the other picks? Let me know in the comment section who you'd like to see the Ravens pick up. Big shout out to the flock. We reached a new milestone here on the channel, 15,000 subscribers here on Ravens Rundown. Appreciate you guys for making that happen as we cover this team like nobody else does on YouTube with daily rumors. We're going to be live for the AFC Championship game, and when the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl, of course, we're going to have a Super Bowl watch party here on the channel as well. Stay locked in. Join the family. Let's keep on growing and have a great time enjoying this Super Bowl run together. Subscribe now for free. YouTube.com/RavensTV. We'd certainly appreciate it. Want to keep this thing on growing. Got some great momentum. Let's keep after it here on Ravens Rundown. Mark Andrews, will he or won't he play this Sunday, the AFC Championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs? That is the million-dollar question that everybody wants to know. Now, we're still awaiting the official announcement, one way or the other, but momentum seems to be going that direction that Andrews will play. And according to CBS Sports medical analyst Marty Jamillo, he seems very optimistic as well, saying the following: "I'm saying it now. He's playing. Let me tell you why. Tuesday marks 9 weeks since he had his surgery. He had a repair of his fibula fracture, which is the outside bone. He also had a high ankle sprain. The procedures really make this lower ankle sprain stable." I agree. I think Andrews plays. All signs point to that he is going to be able to give this a go, that he's on the right track, he's come a long way. When we look back at the injury that happened in Week 11, remember at the time John Harbaugh told us that he thought this was season-ending at the time, and he's just made this miracle comeback way ahead of schedule and been practicing very well. And you look at what he's done. You can't argue the impact that Mark Andrews has. Now, whether he'll be 100% Sunday or not, I just love the idea of him back on the football field again and seeing what he could potentially do. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I want to see him and likely on the field together, which was something we did not see a whole lot of prior to the injury to Mark Andrews. Isaiah Likely really didn't come into his own until Mark Andrews was out. So if you're Todd Monken, you got a whole week to game plan for this. Put some 12 personnel packages in there. Put these guys on the field together and make things tough for a defense to cover both of these guys. 2 is better than 1, last I checked. Likely's been so good this year. I mean, his yards per catch is even higher than Mark Andrews is. So I'm excited, and hopefully it works out where maybe even if Mark Andrews isn't playing up to his full potential, if he's not quite there, that Isaiah Likely still gets the job done. But should be fun to see both these guys on the football field together to give the Ravens their best chance to beat the Chiefs. What's your confidence level that Mark Andrews plays this week? We feel pretty good about it around here. I'd give this about an 8 or a 9 personally. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you next time right here on Ravens Rundown.